And welcome to episode. Oh my goodness! What? Yeah, I totally. You know what I did? I totally screwed up and I forgot to start the audio recording before we started the show. So what we're gonna do to all you guys out there in it's live shit. So we're gonna go ahead and just start this whole intro over real quick.
Wow.
Take two. Hold on here.
Like 4.
Shut up, Dick.
Are you wearing?
And welcome, everybody, to our Marked Out Wrestling podcast that we do every Wednesday and every Sunday, following NXT, following WWE, following AEW, all your favorite wrestling programs. And as you can hear there, yawning in the background is our leader for the night, the one, the only, the now 43-year-old Adam to the bomb. Adam, if you're awake, can you please host the show?
Oh, I'm excited to host this show, Rob. I didn't know you could pick up my yawn there, but... take 4 or 5. I was getting bored here. We do have a reaction show to react to tonight, Brian. We're going to discuss who won Wednesday. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me, Rob. It's nice to talk to you again.
Hey,
Adam,
buddy.
It's always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, sorry.
Even though we're not in the studio together.
Yeah, sorry we were late to the live audience. We were trying to put the screen capture on the Skype videos, but it didn't work out. So, no.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good, yo.
And part of that was because Brian couldn't get his video to work.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. So before we get broken down on everything, we've heard some, rumors that Rob, apparently you were right, whether it was in the past or not. But they've taped up to 4 weeks of AEW. On the other side, NXT, being in Florida, is either going to have to move or they're getting shut down. They did tape the next few weeks themselves, so they got some time to react. But
there's really nowhere
Florida
to go.
looks like is getting cracked down because of all the idiots from spring break and nobody listening. And the Performance Center is part of that.
Shutting it down. Well, they're just under stay-at-home orders like we are, but as everybody can tell by their communities around them, nobody's really paying attention. So.
Can they have shows on a boat? What if they're on an ocean?
I mean, if you're in international waters, I guess who's going to stop you, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jericho Cruise comes early.
There you go.
And the other big news that we find out, we get the full bracket tonight, Brian. I know you're excited for this. On the TNT title, or is it the TNT Championship? I don't know which it is.
Well, it's not a title, it's a championship.
And not to intro this with a little petty, which is why I was going to you, but here's the matchups. Cody versus John Spears on one side. The winner of that would take on Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin in the semis. On the other side, we have Kip Sabian and Dustin. And we have Lance Archer and Colt Cabana. What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, judging by what they had tonight, it seems like they're still setting up Cody. It seems like it's going to be Cody. I mean, I don't want to give away my picks, but Cody and Darby, I feel like, are going to go deep into the tournament, as is Lance Archer, I believe. Those are the 3 guys. It's got to be one of them that would win the thing. Probably not Cody.
Well,
I could see maybe Lance or Darby.
And part of this is to discuss the picks a little bit. Rob, I don't know if you're looking at this partially like me, but I feel like all of this is very predictable what's going to happen in each match.
We're talking about what now? I was reading the board. I'm sorry.
Do you want to intro the board and let us know who's there? Who's our lieutenants on the YouTube live chat board?
Yeah,
since I forgot.
You know what? There's so many that I can't read them all. but instead I'm going to give you those who I deem to be important and worthy tonight. We have Soji, Anaconda Vice, Stikelether's on there. Let's see. I think I saw Daniel Price. I saw Sklenar. Juan jumped on there. It's just a whole list. There is so fucking many people on the board right now. I can't read them all. Yeah.
So I'll go back to Brian then. Cody versus Spears. Spears is still technically looking for a tag team partner. Something I don't know, but I feel like Cody has to advance there. Allen and Guevara. I believe Allen's going to advance so that him and Cody can dust it up in the semis.
Exactly.
And I feel like Colt Cabana is going to lose his undefeated streak to Archer, and Archer's going to face Dustin, not Kip.
Yeah, and then I think Archer, it's definitely going to be Archer going to the finals from that side.
With Cody as the other opponent. I mean, they're using... I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they're both bounced in the first round, Cody and Lance. I just don't think they needed to make this tournament be also about their feud. I feel like they could have easily kept these guys out of it, given any two other wrestlers these spots, and had just a successful bracket.
I think one of the things is if it does end up to be Cody and Lance in the finals, because Lance was challenging Cody, but Cody said that Lance he has no body of work in the state, so Cody didn't want to accept his challenge. Now if they both advance in a tournament style like this, then that would make sense for them to have the matchup, and Lance would finally get that matchup against Cody. So I could see them going with those two in the finals, with ultimately having Lance win the tournament.
But Rob, to Brian's point, don't you think they could have taken a different road here instead of making it, kind of about this new title?
Well, I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. I didn't even know this was a new title. I thought this. Remember, now I watched NXT tonight and gave you guys a job of AEW. I couldn't watch both, but when I did see the tournament, I assumed it was for the title. Is it not?
No, they announced the TNT title. That's their version of the television championship.
Yes, and they're getting a mid-card belt.
Okay. And so we had. So what's the problem, Adam? You don't like it?
So it's an 8-man tournament,
right?
Yeah. And he was saying that the problem is that they're including this with the whole Lance Archer and Cody feud when they could have kept that separate or done involved anybody else.
No,
really,
that's fine. No, why not? You kill two birds with one stone, right? So Cody's he's going for another.
Are you really saying though Cody's the mid card, Rob?
No, I was about to tell you what I was saying. If you didn't cut me off 3 words into it, I was saying that you got Cody going for another title again because everybody's thinking, when's Cody going to get a title? And, he screwed himself out of the ability to get the main title. And now you put him going towards another title. Maybe he'll finally satisfy the urge, and then you just have Archer come in and ruin that too. So it's a continued long story for Cody that he can't get gold in his own company, and you also progress a feud with him and Archer. What's the problem there?
I just don't think you need to include the new mid-card gold around him and Archer's feud. I just don't think you need it. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, Rob, and I like that. And maybe after the tournament's done, if you want to have Archer and Cody bleed over into whoever does win the tournament, that'd be great.
Are they on other sides?
There's plenty of other people they could put in this tournament they just overlooked.
Okay, are they on different sides of the bracket?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they can only meet in the finals.
They're obviously going, yeah.
But what if it's a thing where Archer fucks Cody out of round 1, and then Cody returns the favor and fucks Archer out of round 1?
Right.
If they do that, then again, I'm not upset with that, but I think they could have added more parity that their fates aren't linked. I mean, I feel their fates are linked. They're either both out first round or they're both going to the finals to fight each other.
Oh, there's other options.
Spots as anybody else, it could be up for debate.
I just think I think you want to find things to bitch about. That's what I think.
No,
I'm sorry, but it's like this is. It's a new title and it's a new rivalry and but this is all fucked up. No, I just don't agree with you, man. Even if their eventual ending here is them in the finals for the belts, so what? then that means that they built the story just for this tournament, even if it doesn't progress beyond that. Maybe it doesn't progress beyond that. Maybe it goes back to MJF after that. They just need the story for the tournament. Maybe to give Archer some street cred before they give him this belt.
What's going on with the whole...
that?
Well, I'm sorry. Go on, Adam.
Go ahead, Brian. I was just going to go to the board, but I'll let you talk.
Well, I was just going to ask, what's the whole thing with the ring? Like, if they're bringing in this mid-card title now, what's up with the whole diamond ring? Like,
the ring.
I think it's like a green briefcase. It's just a proper gimmick.
It's like a Crockett cup. A Crockett cup.
Right.
Crockett balls.
Just easier to carry and like legal brass knucks. On the board, Cody and Archer, Vice says, and Stike says it seems obvious that's what's going to happen. But Vice is hopeful there's a swerve coming. Evan says Archer and Dustin's going to be fun, though. Yeah, as the semifinals on one side, that could be a really fun match. He also says, I think Cody Lance is good, but the added stakes if they make the finals will be great. So he's totally agreeing with what you said, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake's going to screw Cody out of the title to continue the feud, Soji's saying. Vice says Adam's wrong on this one. AEW is great with swerves, and it'll happen.
That is true. You are a battered housewife.
Do you think there's any? Do you think there's any chance that Jake gets involved, like physically involved in any matches?
I mean, if he wanted to, why not?
I mean, he could grab a ref. He could stop a pin, Brian. He could hand a weapon. He could do a distraction. He doesn't have to take a bump.
No, I'm saying hit a DDT.
I think he'd hit a DDT. We've seen every
no pun intended on the bump.
Would you know? Every wrestler of the past that's been in AEW, all your legends, they've all gotten physical. Tully Blanchard, Arn's gotten physical. DDP got way more physical than he ever did in WWE here.
DDP had a match.
Well, yeah, I'm just my point. So, I mean, Jake might not be in his greatest shape ever, but do you think Jake couldn't go in there and lay a DDT on somebody? Or do you think they wouldn't let him? Hell yeah, they'd let him. What the fuck? Of course.
I don't know how his body
just signed this waiver.
You don't think he could just drop down a DDT and live? I think he'd be okay.
Brian's sensitive about people with their hips.
That's true. I'm just
Taker just had
worried about people that are fragile.
Taker just had hip surgery. He's fucking jumping off of cages and shit. He'd be all right. Be all right, man. He could do a DDT.
All right, last one here, and then we'll move on. Soji's saying he thinks that it's going to be. Vice says that Darby and Archer for the end. That would be cool.
Yeah,
might be less predictable.
I think Darby would be a great television champion. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so our first offerings are curtain jerk on each side. We've got Velveteen Dream versus Bobby Fish. Paint by numbers match to a certain extent in terms of knowing the outcome, but it was a good showing for Velveteen. Of course, he goes over Bobby. And then on the other side, we have a 20-minute match that almost went the distance. Brian, Kenny Omega, Trent Beretta. Is Trent not the most underrated guy right now, it feels like, on the AEW roster?
Would you call him the Trent Dilfer of wrestling?
What'd you say?
The Trent Dilfer of wrestling?
The Trent Dilfer of wrestling. Yeah, I guess you could call him that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he has
no way.
No, Trent was overrated. Go ahead, do your thing.
He was, but I mean, he's being used. But I think the problem is that he's got Orange Cassidy, and he's kind of been in his shadow since all three of those guys are paired together. So it's not he's fucking amazing in the ring.
No, what I meant though is Trent never wins, but he keeps putting on arguably the match of the night. I thought he was great when he did a match with Pac. I thought he was great here tonight with Kenny Omega. He's fought Cody. I can't think of all the guys he's fought. I think he fought Spears one time. But each time, Trent Beretta puts on a quality match.
Yeah, he does. I can't argue with that. He's one of the guys that if he weren't in a tag team, I could say that he could definitely be someone that could go for the TNT championship.
It was definitely a great match tonight. I know, Rob, we had to play one side or the other, but almost 20-minute match. It was ruled at 19 minutes. Kenny Omega, I mean, he continues to do the shake hands after. It's going to be great whenever that guy finally turns heel. Hangman Page absent. We see him on being the Elite. If Brian wants to talk about that later.
Yeah, we got to talk about everything later, Brian, because I just tried to get in 5 times just to have a conversation with you. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I was cutting to you, Rob.
No, you didn't cut to me. You were going on a fucking monologue, not even let anybody get in. But it's all good. It's all right.
Okay, the king of monologues.
No,
is calling
okay.
me out.
All right.
Anyway, Rhodey's rant brought to you by this guy. What do you think about Velveteen and Bobby? Was there anything special there? Is this just a stall so that we get Velveteen and Adam Cole finally?
Are you asking for my opinion?
You're the NXT guy tonight. Yes.
I mean, I don't understand what not about this you don't understand. Of course he's going to Adam Cole. He said it at the end. He called out Cole at the end. He's fighting.
I know, but are you saying is this okay? Neither match has a real feud tied to it. Whether we're talking Fish or Velveteen or Kenny or Trent. So we're trying to compare the two now, Rob, is where I'm going back to you on.
I mean, if we're talking about storyline relevance, we're going back. You want me to compare to the other one? Well, Omega and Trent, I don't think I would have cared 2 shits about, honestly. I mean, Omega's a great wrestler and Trent's fun, I guess, but I wouldn't have cared about that. Velveteen and Fish had some story behind it, and they're 2 entertaining wrestlers. I will agree with somebody on the board here that just mentioned it, that Velveteen and Undisputed Era people are not, they are lacking without a crowd. I mean, they're still very good. Still good, very good performers, but their gimmicks really require that natural pop and feed from the crowd.
Yeah, I agree. Keith Lee, without the crowd tonight, even on his intro, felt that same way. Brian, before we go ahead, I want to give you a quick chance to rebuttal to Rob because I 100% agree with his point. Undisputed and Velveteen's feud has a little more connection here, even though it's just Bobby Fish. As opposed to Kenny and Trent just fighting for no reason. It's not going to lead to a title shot. It's not going to lead to anything great for singles. I mean, Trent still looked good, but, I mean, it's one of those showcase matches that we're critical normally of NXT of doing, in my mind. It has no basis.
Yeah, Brian,
right,
there might be something left for you, Brian.
I'm sorry, Rob.
No, I was just going to say there might be a point left for you there. Go ahead.
No, the Trent and the Kenny match, I think it was the better match, but yeah, I agree with you that the story, as far as it goes with Velveteen and Undisputed on the NXT side, I think that's a little bit more intriguing for me.
Yeah, I may be the only one watching, but Trent and Kenny wanted that to go to a time limit draw. Stike says, well, it was within a minute of it. So who won?
Who won what?
Who won this opening curtain jerk here? Kenny and Trent or Velveteen and Bobby?
Velveteen and Bobby.
I gotta go with Rob's argument.
I'm going with you guys too. I agree too, because I know. I mean, I'm probably going to vote for AEW anyway for the other segment. So
you would.
So this is pretty significant. NXT hasn't won shit in a couple weeks, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, you're the NXT side, so we finally got a victory.
Sorry, I'm working in the studio on shit. Yeah, just keep talking like you always do. I got nothing to say.
All right. Okay. A second ago, wow. All right.
What? No,
next,
I don't know. I don't know what your point is. Whatever. Go ahead.
We got a quick promo for Malcolm Bivens and what Rob described
Michael Bivens
as 2 giant Indian guys that are now Bivens Enterprises.
I did not say Indian. I am not racist like you. I said they are Hindu.
Hindu's a religion.
Okay, well, but they're. I don't know if they're Indian. All I know is that they're Hindu.
What are their names?
You know what religion they are, but you don't know what ethnicity. You couldn't guess that.
No, because there are many ethnicities that look the same, Adam, and Hinduism is not a small religion, so they could be from anywhere. And the only thing we knew about them is that they were Hindu. I don't know why you're laughing about that. That's completely logical. You don't think there's Hindus outside of India?
I do, but
I mean,
I don't think that would be easier to call out.
I know you. I know you
Muslim,
would,
but he's not Middle Eastern.
Yeah, because there's
or Arab. Like but you're saying he looks Arab. But you're saying, but no, he's Muslim. He's not Arab.
I'm not. I'm saying
I'm not sure if he's Arab. No, I know his religion.
First, I never said.
It's weird.
You're making up a whole bunch of. I never said he looked Arab. If you'd shut your mouth for a second as you're laughing over yourself.
No, I was using that as an example. I know you didn't say he was Arab.
Yeah, it was. I can't call them Indian, man. They could be Pakistani. What? There's Hindus everywhere. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're so racist. You don't even know when you're racist.
You're racist,
anyway,
Adam.
Even the board's like, what the fuck?
Rob, you want to describe the Tiger King Dexter Loomis, who took on Jake Ellis? Brian, you said you knew Ellis from Evolve?
Who are you asking a question to? Me or him? Because you just asked me one and directly asked him one after me. Before I even got to answer.
Both.
Go ahead, Brian.
I think he wants us to talk at the same time. I think
he's such a fucking. And he doesn't even know. He didn't even know what he's going to do.
Signee to NXT. He wrestled out on the West Coast. He's from bar wrestling, and he wrestled for PWG a lot too. But he's one of he is an openly gay wrestler. He's actually one of the guys he's not trying to hide it or anything.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if it's one of the first people that they signed where he's openly gay. Obviously, WWE had Darren Young.
Yeah.
But this is the first wrestler that I can think of that is openly out, and they signed him. So it was a squash match from what I understand. Correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay? So you guys got this then? I guess.
No, I want you to talk about Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis is like if Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite took some roids, shaved his head, and then became a serial killer. That's what that is. Hey, fucking dude, he looked like he was just totally whacked out on shrooms the whole time. Intensity overload. It was scary. I don't think if I was dating his daughter, I would just fucking not. There you go. So that's my take. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a good take. That's fair. On the other side, we're going to jump ahead, Brian, because I want to compare women against women. So AEW's offering for the other side here is Lance Archer's debut. And who do they pick to feed to him? None other than Marco Stunt.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Okay, so Rob, this is why I take the points. All right, so this was very weird, but highly entertaining.
No, you can't do that. You asked him a question, but you left him with like a yes or no answer, basically. Brian, what did you think of this?
What did I think? Yeah, I mean, it was open-ended. He could take it away. That's not a yes or no. He doesn't go yes or no to what do you think. That's a stupid argument.
No,
Rob.
it was a squash match. I mean, there was nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, there was no real rhyme or reason why Marco Stunt was the one that was put in there, other than to make Archer look good. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say about it.
Well, one of the
podcast
things I thought you
something.
would dissect was it looks like the setup is like a razor's edge, but it lands in the end almost like an electric chair. Is that his finisher? You know more about him than me, but it was very unique.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the move that he used to pin Stunt, I would call that his finisher.
Okay, what you can't analyze it from a wrestling standpoint? Wow, Rob, and you wonder why I'm like. Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, defend yourself, Excuse Mountain. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of Excuse Mountain, Rob, you didn't get to see this debut, unfortunately.
Oh, no, I did not.
But do you think that there's any way the Tiger King Dexter Loomis can compare with what is his name? Murder
Hawk.
Murder, Death, Kill. I don't know. No. No, I didn't watch. I was sad tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I was sad tonight. I was like, I don't want to watch NXT. I want to watch AEW. So I was like, yeah, sorry. I know.
You did get to go back to the important part that we'll talk about.
We
soon,
will.
but...
Yeah, I did.
So that's good.
I missed a bunch of cool shit on AEW tonight.
So Lance Archer, hands down, debuting was cooler than Dexter Loomis's debut.
But didn't he fucking destroy the dude? Or he's fighting a little dude, right?
Who?
Yeah,
Archer.
That's what we just talked about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Marco Stunt.
Oh, I was so busy hating you that I didn't really pay attention.
Yep.
No, I heard you talk about it. It was fun. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, women against women here. Brian's got a new crush. Her name is Anna Jade, and she took on Sheeta, one of his other crushes.
Ooh, now Brian did turn his phone around so I could see this. Yes,
I did. Yeah, if you guys noticed, this was the time when I had to hang up on you because we all watched it together through Facebook Messenger. But I had to go for not the whole match. It was probably only about like 3 minutes or so where I had to just go do my own thing. But
that's all you could last for.
It was about 2.5 minutes of warming it up, and then all right.
Stay at home, Hub.
Stay at home.
On the other side, we got a gauntlet match. Rob, for the most part, this was not what the top of the women's card was for NXT, but it was better than anything AEW usually does.
Well, I agree with your second point, but what do you mean this is not the top of the women's card? Yeah.
Well, because this is the second chance gauntlet, the top of the card is already booked in that match. The other 5 competitors are with the exception of Chelsea Green, are arguably the top of the division. This is the second chance here.
Yeah.
And Caden's up and coming. Deanna's finally getting some TV time. Zaya's good. Dakota's good. Aaliyah's dumpster fire. And Shotzi's good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. But those 5,
you said it all.
I'm not, other than Aaliyah, I'm not shitting on anyone.
Yeah.
They're just the next tier.
Yeah.
They're not Candice. They're not Io.
Mm-hmm.
They're not Bianca.
Right.
They're not Rhea.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say? You just ran through the whole thing. What do you want me to do?
You asked me to explain my point. You said
no. I didn't ask to explain your point. I was going to go into my point. You just started going.
Check the tape.
I checked the tape.
Whatever.
I didn't say explain your. I said what do you mean by they're not the top of the roster? And then all you had to say was, oh, something short and sweet, and then I would have told you why I said that. But no, you had to go through your entire synopsis of the entire fucking women's division while I waited with bated breath to answer your fucking question. The answer to your question is the girls that are all in the main match here that weren't in this gauntlet. Would you stop breathing into the fucking microphone?
Brian's the guy in the middle right now.
All right, whoever's got these girls are a lot of Bianca's probably. Well, I don't think she's in it, right? She's not. Who all's in the ladder match? Did you just mute yourself?
I don't want to answer you because
this is how you do it. I ask a question and you just answer it, and then I continue going. That's how a conversation works. It doesn't even matter. The girls that were in the gauntlet match tonight represent the future of what will be the NXT women's division here in the next 6 months. Everybody else is going to move on.
Minus Aaliyah.
But Aaliyah might even still have a chance to grow. Shotzi fucking put on a hell of a performance again. They continue to fucking push her, which I think is great. I think she's a great competitor. I wish they do more with Zaya and Kaden, obviously still getting that heavy push. But who did not think for a heartbeat that it was going to be Dakota Kai? Absolutely, 100%, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, even when like the whole thing started, when she lost that first matchup, I think I mentioned it back then. I was like, there's got to be a way that she's going to get back into this at some point.
Yeah, you called it.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. For the women's segments, I'd have to give it to AEW just because of, I mean, both of my future wives were wrestling in a match. So plus, I mean, we had the ring announcer who's also a future wife.
Was this just Anna's
what?
Dynamite debut, Brian?
It was, yeah. She's apparently a trainee from QT Marshall's school. So yeah, this was her debut. I don't know if she signed or anything, but
is that where this was
willing.
filmed? You were saying you thought that's where this was filmed.
It looked like it. I believe they shot it over at where they're building the Nightmare Factory. That's the school that they're kind of working with. I believe it was QT Marshall's school. I want to say it was in Atlanta. I believe is the home base. I'd have to double check on that, but that's what it looked like.
Anaconda Vice says, "Where's Conti been, Rob?" Honestly, my sources tell me, and I don't know if this has anything to do with where she's been, but she has not been. She's not a favorite in the locker room. Apparently, a lot of the talent there just do not like her for whatever reason. That's just what I've been told. So maybe that's why she's not there.
Also, I saw an article on Twitter where like she was unhappy with her station.
I saw that too. Apparently, she walked out, but I think she's back because she wrestled on some house show before everything turned to shit.
She might have had some contract dates.
Some Conti dates. Rob, what's your vote? See if I have to break the tie, or are you going to go with Brian and AEW on this one?
Well, I only got to watch that AEW segment just for a moment as Brian was like, "Look how hot she is! Look how hot she is!" which I was in
Kayfabe.
yeah, I was in agreement. But I don't know. I like a good gauntlet match. I tend to not really ever have a problem with a gauntlet match as long as it's not super predictable. So I'm gonna go with NXT.
I'm going to break the tie by siding with Rob here again because of the consequences. You had an opportunity to get in the number one contender ladder match here, where on the other show, yeah, Sheeta's fighting some new girl, and Sheeta won, but does that get her a number one contendership? All it did was she got to draw at Britt Baker on the outside for a second. I think when you go by consequence, which unfortunately I do agree with Rob when he set the standard of the rules to judge them by, consequence wins here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
We're not going to talk about the gigantic Ciampa and Gargano recap or the Mox recap or the vampire promo.
Oh,
yeah, what was that all about?
It was like
that happened.
like Fright Nights coming to NXT. I mean, did we get it? I didn't see a name.
I'm gonna look it up. Let's see.
Look it up, Brian.
Well, and we had another kidnapping.
Well,
poor Raul Mendoza. Nobody even cares. He was just taken, and now tonight, since those guys got away with that, they stole another NXT talent.
Yeah.
But that'll happen after the match between Joaquin Wilde and Kushida. Kushida, I'm not really sure what he's doing on NXT right now. And then we have QT Marshall taking on the Dark Order. Before we get into the Dark Order thing, Rob, I don't think you saw the whole thing, but Brian, I knew you saw part of it. The Brody Lee totally stealing from Vince tonight, right?
No, I missed that part, actually.
I don't think he's stealing. Yeah, he missed it. He was in there dealing with his new crush.
That's right.
He wasn't stealing from Vince. He was fucking being Vince. You know, you've heard from Pritchard on his show, and I've heard from my source that everything that has been heard has been absolutely true, that Vince thinks that sneezing in his presence is a sign of weakness. And if you yawn, that you never need to be around him because it's a form of disrespect. And I mean, just the whole everything that Brody Lee is doing, I have been told, is absolutely accurate. I think it's great. I think it's fun.
So these are real Vince-isms, and he's just,
yeah,
quote unquote, turning them to 11. Is the Exalted One name? Is that a dig?
I was thinking that. I'm wondering if that was the whole gimmick to begin with. I mean, is the Dark Order WWE? Is the Exalted One? Is that Vince? I think it could be.
I mean, the guy trying to cut the promo tonight where he says, say 3 words, and he goes, no, wrong. No, it's not right. I felt like, how many times did Vince probably tell, if not Harper himself, anybody in someone else's presence?
Yeah, he probably said, just do that yeah thing. Yeah.
I like at the end of the match how after when the Creepers, when they lost, how Harper came out and powerbombed one of them. Like, he didn't say anything or warn him. He was just sending a message to the rest of them that if they fuck up, he's gonna fucking take him out himself. So I like that aspect of it.
I liked it too, Brian. Did you ever identify the 2 who fucked up and lost tonight?
I didn't. I'm still trying to figure out who the vampire people were on the NXT side.
You know what this did for me tonight? The Vince segment tonight, and then of course the one last week. I think the last show or the week before that, I was on here saying that I wasn't really digging what they're doing with Brody as far as the Exalted One. I thought it wasn't dark enough, and at the time I totally meant that. But now, as I kind of see what they're doing now with this, with him being Vince, I'm absolutely in love with the Dark Order now. I have not liked them more than I have at this very moment.
Also, it feels very culty. Like they don't have to, kind of a little bit, Wyatt-esque, if you will.
Well, of course, it's a cult.
But they're not having to go Taker level or Ministry level dark.
Right. Exactly. What I just said.
I know. I was agreeing with you. That's why. Whatever. You're such a douchebag tonight. You want to read the board?
I'm not. You fucking totally are. Anaconda Vice, damn, she's a good talent in the ring. I like her. Conti being pregnant is an April Fool's joke. Okay. I forgot it was April Fool's. Yeah, so did Adam. Anaconda Vice, Brody was Vince. Love that. Yes, way to catch up there, Vice. I hate to say it. Don't hate me, Brian, but do without the audience present is pretty much Ascension fail, and I think AEW knows it. What, Soji? I hate to say it. Don't hate me, Brian, but do without the audience. Without the audience present is pretty much Ascension fail.
He capitalized "do" because he means Dark Order.
Oh. You got a keyboard, lazy ass. Type it. Jesus. All right.
No, I don't think so. No, the Ascension are way better. Come on.
And you guys fucking,
I don't know. The Ascension blow.
This is why I can't read the board, because they won't spell words, and that throws me off. It's like, what? I don't want to try to figure out what you're trying to say on there. Just
they're on topic though.
Yeah. I'm just everybody. Can you type on your screen at above a first grade level? Would that be all right? Go ahead. Do your show. Go ahead.
All right. Jeez, chill, Rob. That's from Soji. He says sorry.
Fucking do it right. Do it right, or fucking find something else to do. Go ahead.
All right. So QT Marshall and what are they? The Natural Nightmares?
The Natural Nightmares, yeah, man. They're a whole team.
QT, Dustin, and Brandy defeated, and apparently they're undefeated against the Dark Order, who, as Brian said, got killed after the match. Kushida beats Joaquin Wilde with an armbar, but guess what? Wilde's the next guy kidnapped. He joins Raul Mendoza in Oblivion. It feels like we saw the Dark Order recruiting, and now we see these masked men in a van recruiting on NXT. And these segments lined up. I can't help but feel that that's crazy coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. No one in WWE is watching AEW.
All right, so pick a winner, Brian.
Fucking AEW, man. Come on,
Rob.
Yeah,
I had the mic muted, and I was choking on a really hard hit. What was the question? Who against who?
Rob is also voting for AEW.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Let's talk about. Rob went back and watched this.
I did.
Before we get to the main event,
you son of a bitch.
Let's talk about Jericho and his April Fool's Day celebration. This is a national holiday, he said, so he took today off. What did you guys think about this? I know, Rob, you were laughing. I heard your reaction to it.
Yeah, man. What can you say? I mean, we look at segments all the time, and we sit here and we play the Mark role, and we tear it apart. No matter how good it is, we tear it apart. And that's just because we watch it so fucking much. It is just natural for us to do that, and we kind of trained ourselves into being that way. But when you watch Jericho, man, I don't feel like that Mark. I don't feel like that. Like I'm just constantly fucking ripping shit apart and looking for the errors. I just enjoy it. I'm just fucking from the moment it began to the moment it ends when Jericho comes out, and especially the segment tonight. I just enjoy it. It's fucking funny and it's clever. So that's my take.
Brian, what's your hot take?
Well, one of the things that stuck out to me was that I like that he's still he's being consistent. Like he had the bottle of bubbly and he had the glass and he poured the bubbly into the glass, but still drank out of the bottle.
Fucking
like he did
hilarious.
In the first video.
Yeah.
Fucking so good. And
because that's so great.
Right. And the whole bit with Vanguard 1 and the miniature T-shirt. And I think actually my favorite part of the whole thing was when he got out of the hot tub and he was wearing pants. Like he was wearing pants and shoes.
Yes,
like,
fucking
what the fuck?
me.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I rewound it. I was like, wait, was he wearing the pants and shoes when he was in the tub?
Right.
It was a great little cut.
So
can
good.
I just say, Matt Hardy was not even there. Didn't say a word. And I feel like this, whatever the hell we want to call it, vignette, did wonders to further their feud better than anything else I could have ever come up with. Like, to Rob's point, sit back and enjoy this.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And you know what? When he released the hounds, every kind of dog.
Oh my God,
dude! Every kind of dog that came out of that house, I went, "Yep, I could see Jericho having every fucking one of those dogs, every fucking one of them."
I also liked how there's 5. The first one never left the porch. Was like, I don't care.
Right.
The next one was very, very easily distracted and just went about its business. There was one that thought it could fly and was going to catch it, and then there were other 2 that were just kind of, look, there's something in the sky. I'm not sure what it is. But none of them were in any way aggressive to warrant the release the hounds.
The fucking little Pomeranian is running by the water.
Yeah, that was the one that first lost the pack. But the Chihuahua that never left the porch killed me.
That's one of the things I'm gonna go back and watch. After a couple hits.
That's worth the second viewing.
Yeah.
Hands down, there's a lot of promos tonight, but hands down, that's promo of the night. Any argument?
Oh no, definitely not.
No, not at all.
All right.
Oh, and and just a little props to nice fucking pad there, Jericho. Not too bad.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Don't even talk to me about the pad, since we want to see the Bucks compound where they're on a hill, what looks like in California, with their fucking tennis court, and they bring a ring there, and their kids are watching on the 3rd floor deck. Yeah, fuck that.
God, good for them.
Sorry, I don't like the Bucks right now.
Yeah, why are you hating on the Bucks?
Because we do,
Because
Brian.
they're quarantined somewhere cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm stuck with my kids in this house and my wife, and I can't take it. I can't fucking take it anymore. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's 100% jealousy, Brian.
Oh.
I see. That makes sense.
Main event time. We got a tag match between the 4 men who will face next week as part of the first round of the tournament. Cody and Darby taking on Sammy and Shawn Spears. On the other side, we got the triple threat North American title match. Brian, I will let you start with the AEW side with your hot take. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I was watching the other.
It was definitely interesting having all these guys in the same matchup, considering they're going to be in the tournament together. But and it kind of did make sense anyway. Like almost all of them have history with one another, so it made sense. And the whole thing was actually really cool. Specifically,
Cody wasn't Cody's first match with Shawn.
No, this is the second one. What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't his first match in AEW. Wasn't it against Shawn Spears?
Yeah, it was against Shawn Spears. Yeah. It was against Shawn Spears.
And,
that was when he hit him
Sammy
in the head.
Yeah.
And Sammy and Darby just got off their feud, so yeah, there's history.
And Sammy and Cody, so all the guys kind of have history. But my favorite thing was Shawn and Sammy, how they were interacting during the match, fucking with them like gambling to see who can do a stalling suplex longer, and actually throwing out money in the corner. I thought that was fucking funny. And Darby is just insane. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's a crowd there or not. You could just feel the energy and how much fucking just he goes so fast in the ring. I thought it was really good, really, really good main event, actually.
Rob, on the other side, biggest triple threat, weight and height wise, I think NXT's ever seen it. Definitely for the North American title. What's your hot take?
There was one moment in that match where they all three fell off the top rope and landed in the middle of the ring at the same time, and it looked like that fucker was going to buckle underneath them. There was a lot of man meat in that ring tonight. But I will say this, I don't feel like I was given the dish that I thought I was going to get. Keith Lee and Dick Jack had such a great series of matches together that we enjoyed every one of them in their own unique way. And even when they had a triple threat with somebody else, it was still like, hey, this is still really appealing. But for me with Damian Priest, I was not super. It seemed like Damian Priest struggled to keep up in that match, or that Keith Lee and Dominic had to almost slow down to allow him into that match. If I'm making sense.
It did. It did make sense to me because I saw similar things. Punishment Martinez had a lot of spots that we've seen him do with these two guys before, both individually and in a triple threat type environment, on the road to this feud. And yeah, I feel like he was definitely the weak link in this. And to be a little petty like I always am, both times they came back from commercial, Keith Lee was outside the ring inexplicably. And they didn't even go back. They showed recaps, but they showed recaps of what happened before the commercial, not how he was lying on the outside doing his quote-unquote heroin spot.
I definitely think it would have been better at a live takeover. I mean, and that's easy to criticize and easy to say. But I think these three guys, you want them to do big spots to really get a crowd going. It's hard to do that without a crowd. I just...
Also, Keith Lee's gimmick almost feeds off that crowd.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I did not hate it. I thought it was. I mean, the match itself was fine. The outcome was, I thought, was a little. Maybe I wouldn't have done it, but it was fine. I think the match could have been better than what we got, and that just might be the circumstance. I don't want to sound like an asshole. That could just be because of the situation we're in. So I didn't hate it.
Now, I don't know if you paid attention, Brian, since you were watching the AEW side, you might not have, but they had all the TakeOver logos up for this. Like, this is supposedly, they're going to show us the TakeOver matches over the next few weeks. They had TakeOver plastered everywhere for this one.
Yeah, it was. So go ahead.
No, I'm just confused. What are they? So how are they airing TakeOver?
They did their curtain jerk as the main event of tonight's NXT show. So the main event was
exactly.
Yeah,
that's weird.
So they finalized their card with Velveteen and Adam Cole being official after he beat Fish, and adding the sixth person to the women's match. And then, yeah, like Rob said, they started with their curtain jerk, made it the main event tonight.
Yeah, it's weird, Brian, but this is unprecedented. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's really no. I have no expectations. We've never had anything like this. So.
Yeah, there's no playbook, and they're probably thinking, rather than doing something on a network, we keep it on the USA show because we're not going to have a live show to fill for the next few weeks. So why don't we just go ahead and pre-tape TakeOver and maybe do it as 3 shows of 2 hours? Boom, you got 3.5 shows done right there. For the next month, you're covered on new content because you did all your TakeOver and you spread it out. I actually think it's a pretty brilliant move.
Also, next week what they're doing is they're doing the Ciampa Gargano, Rebel Heart versus Blackheart feud, whatever, Final Heartbeat is what they're calling it. And then I'm sure these guys will wrestle 1,000 more times, by the way. And then we're having the women's contender ladder match. Rob, you weren't listening earlier, but we'll do the rundown again. It is Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green,
Yeah.
Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox. Oh, now I'm forgetting. Mia.
Okay, it's not going to be Mia. It's not going to be Io. It's not going to be Tegan. Not going to be Tegan.
Dakota.
I think it's between Dakota and Candice, and I just don't think I think they're going to keep Candice as a bridesmaid, man. I just don't think she's going to get it.
What?
I not because I don't want her to, Brian. I just feel like they're keeping her from it.
Is there any chance that somebody, because it's a ladder match, comes out of nowhere and takes it?
No, I don't
know
know.
who I'm asking about, Rob.
Bianca? Is that who you're talking? Is that what you're saying? No, I don't. That's not going to be it. She's done. She's done. I think. I actually think Dakota Kai is going to win it and then go on to face Rhea and then beat Rhea for it. And because I don't think we've had a female champion yet that's had a heavy, and that almost seems kind of.
Well, maybe the heavy beat.
I mean, to get the number one contendership? No, you got to have Dakota.
No. I'm saying the heavy is the one that guarantees Dakota the win.
Well,
on both fronts.
I mean, that's why
number one and the other one.
Yeah, that's why heels have heavies. I mean, I think that's obvious. But yeah, I think Dakota Kai goes on to win this and then move on. I like the idea of a heel female champ with a heavy. Yeah, go ahead. I'm good. Got it.
Brian, who would you pick out of the 6? Don't make me repeat it.
No, I would say it seems like Dakota is going to be the one to win. I feel like she's the next coming big AEW NXT woman that that's going to come up. I know that those weren't really sentences that I just said. Sorry, I was distracted.
They weren't, no. Anaconda
It's
said
better than horse noises and ums.
Yeah, that's true. We've come a long way. So I'm going to go with Dakota, though.
Okay. Anaconda Vice on the board says, when you guys going to do Mania predictions? Last night. There you go. You're good. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, it was Monday. Check the tape.
Check the tape.
By the way, before we vote on the main event here, who won? I wanted to propose a wager for the three of us. We all put our predictions out for Mania. Whoever scores the bet, and you're willing to change some of these if you want, but whoever wins the bet has no, not who is it. Whoever's the low man on the totem pole has to buy the first round when quarantine's over, and we go do some more sake bombs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. What's up?
All right.
Sold.
There you go. Mania for sake bombs. We got something on it.
Oh, wait. So you talking about our picks? That's the wager?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Low man has to buy the first round.
How about saying second, and the second man has to buy the second round, and then whoever wins doesn't even have to buy a round unless he wants to, which I probably would.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sure.
I like that
Good.
addendum.
Okay.
Good.
I'm good with that.
I like it.
Suck it.
All
Suck
right,
it.
there you
Suck
go.
it bomb.
Set in stone. Check the tape. Here we go. Pick the winner. North American title match versus the tag match. Brian, I'll let you vote first.
Ah, man. I mean, to be honest, I didn't watch NXT. The fucking main event in AEW was really good. This is I got to go with AEW just because I watched it. I can't fully go with NXT knowing I didn't really
That's
watch
fair.
it.
We said you didn't watch it, and me and Rob watched the North American one. So, Rob, what's your vote?
I mean, legally, I can only go for the NXT match because I watched that one and I didn't watch AEW. But I think I'm gonna break the law, and I think that if I would have watched the AEW tag team match main event, that I would have picked it over the NXT one. So I'm gonna go AEW with that logic.
I'm going to agree with both of you, but on a different logic train. If this was the true curtain jerker for TakeOver, I don't think this would have been comparable. I think NXT would have run away with it, but it wasn't. And there was no crowd to feed off of, which I think would have helped what Rob called the drag parts of Damian Priest's involvement. And I agree with him there. On the other side, we didn't touch on it. I kept going to Brian hoping he would, but you mentioned Cody and Darby at the end. Yeah, they lost. But what happened afterwards?
Yeah, that's right.
Darby hits Cody. All four of these men are involved next week. It almost has the same level of consequence. And since the title didn't change hands, I'm going to go with AEW.
Wow.
Okay,
That's surprising.
pretty good. Real quick, just to jump back on Anaconda Vice real quick. He had a snapback and he kind of got us. He said last night was Tuesday, Rob. Check the tape. So, okay. He did
He didn't get us. He got you.
No, I said yesterday, and you were like, yeah, yesterday, check the tape. So we all fucked up there. But I led you.
No, I said Monday. Check the tape. I said
Just accept it.
I didn't say Tuesday. I just said yesterday. So I've forgotten that there was a Tuesday.
You said last night.
Yeah, and
Monday.
I've forgotten there was Tuesday. I don't know where we're at, man. I don't know what day. I took the trash can out Monday at like 3 p.m. and trash hadn't come till Wednesday. I fucking don't know what day. I don't know what's going on. I've forgotten.
Rob hasn't seen any of his friends, and he's living with three women
and
of varying ages.
there's periods and fights. I can't take it.
I haven't shaved in months. I look like one of the fucking caveman people from the Geico commercials.
Well, dude, that's why I'm wearing like hats and beanies when we do the show now, because like I haven't shaven and I got the horseshoe hair going on. Like, what's his name from The Office? You know,
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, yeah, like him, but more.
Yeah, he's trying to rock that stubble.
No, more like the guy from The Office. Though. What was his name? You know,
Kevin.
yeah, Kevin from The Office. Yeah, Cookie. Yeah. So that's me. Go ahead, finish.
All right. So who won Wednesday? We actually gave NXT 2 segments tonight, guys. We had 5 overall plus the Jericho promo. I'm gonna say Jericho helped push AEW over the top if it was close. I don't think it was close, but Jericho would have solidified it. What do you think, Brian?
No, I'm going to go with AEW. Jericho promo I know it's shocker, right? Between the Jericho promo, the main event, and fucking my new favorite AEW women's wrestler, Anna Jay. I feel like this was a really solid episode of Dynamite. I'm gonna go with AEW.
Yeah, I hope she was worth missing that Brody Lee segment. Rob, your vote.
If somebody held a gun to my head and said, one or the other, you have to watch one or the other, I'm going AEW. So there's my answer. AEW with a gun.
Wow.
If your family was still with NXT, would you be more willing to take their side?
This is a good point that was discussed during our little watch along with each other. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, once he left NXT and she is now on her way out of NXT, I have kind of resisted learning the new people as much as I used to, and really paying attention as much as I used to. And now with AEW being an option, it's almost like, I can always go back and catch NXT tomorrow on the network, whatever, So, yeah, AEW.
Well, also, kayfabe, your wife's not watching either, so you can't watch it together like you used to.
Yeah, right, exactly. She's not like, hey, babe, you ready to watch NXT? Because, hey, her brother's not going to be there. So, fucking move on, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, life goes on. La, 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 life goes on. I'm agreeing. And there's a lot of guys that I really like, but part of the investment, I don't know if Finn is trapped overseas because he couldn't get out when he was working with NXT UK, because I don't know. That's just totally made up on my end. I'm just trying to put two and two together why he's not around at all. Thought maybe he got stuck. But yeah, NXT up-and-comers on the male side just haven't done it for me. Punishment Martinez is good, but he's kind of a one-trick pony. Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle have gotten stale, and they put him in a tag team division. Ciampa and Gargano is stale. I still like Cole and Velveteen and Keith Lee, but that's about it. Brian, what do you think?
No, man. What do you mean?
He already said
it. He already said AEW.
Yeah, he said it.
I know, but what do you think about to Rob's point? Like, if you had the gun to your head.
If I had the gun to my head, I would still always go with AEW.
Dude, he's the one holding the gun.
I don't know why I bothered.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I thought you might give me some gold.
No. Go. What's next on your schedule?
No. All right, we got award time.
No, we do.
Marked outs and petties. What?
No, go ahead.
Am I forgetting something, Rob?
I literally said nothing. Go ahead. You're good.
All right. 2 awards, 2 shows, 4 total. Do the math. Marked out. Brian, we're going to start with you. Give me one for AEW since you didn't watch NXT. Just give me one.
I'm going to give it marked out Anna Jay. Give her the belt. Give her all of the belts, actually. Give her the tag team belts. Give her the diamond ring. Give her the fucking Andre the Battle Memorial Trophy. Give her all of them.
Brian wants all the Anna Jay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rob, what's your marked out?
Marked, and this for both shows, right? Both shows. Yeah.
If you have one for both shows, Brian didn't watch any of NXT, so I didn't want to put him on the spot.
My marked out moment was the releasing of the Hounds for AEW.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and my marked out moment for NXT was, man, oh God, Shotzi Blackheart. There you go. Just her.
Just Shotzi?
I agree with Rob on that front. Shotzi looked good, even to not win. She went through the gauntlet to the final person, so that's something. And absolutely, Vanguard won and Jericho. My specific moment was seeing that Vanguard won his version 2.0 on his screen in the top left. I thought that was cool. That was a little throwback to one of my favorite Matt Hardy gimmicks, version 1 back in the day. Loved it.
Okay. Pause. Just wait. Pause.
Yeah.
Finish a sentence and then pause, and then one of us may want to interject before you move on to the next thought. Pause. All right.
Okay. Would you like to interject or read the board?
That's what I was wanting to do. Thank you. He's fucking going, man. Let's see here. Anaconda
That's what the host does. Fills dead air.
Oh my God! You just can't shut the fuck up. You have to always fucking Always some kind of fucking comeback with a, oh, Jesus. Stike Leather says, marked out NXT for a Dijakovic spiral tap. That was pretty badass. And he hit it well, too. I mean, right on the fucking mark. And for AEW, Lance Archer beating up Marco Stunt. Soji says, marked out, release the hounds. And but more importantly, the first group of dogs, the reactions. So there you go. Or the group of dogs reactions. There's the board. That's it. Go on.
All right, great. Thank you, sir. Pettytown for me for NXT is Sam Roberts on commentary.
Fuck you, man.
If you check the tape, go back to our WrestleMania episode for WrestleMania 33. He sounds just like my father. Also, Pettytown for AEW. The Bucks showing off their house. 100% petty because I'm jealous. Brian, Pettytown.
Pettytown for me was the fact that they fucking played TakeOver. They're doing it over this. It's not big enough for one night. It's not big enough for 2 nights. They're spreading it out for what? I guess like a couple weeks now. That's my petty thing. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Well, that's petty. I'm being petty.
3 days.
Okay, but still 3 episodes.
3 shows.
So it's bigger than WrestleMania is what they're really telling me. Actually.
Yeah, you are.
But they only put one match.
You are being pretty fucking petty there.
Yeah, that is petty. And my other petty one is that so when Brody Lee powerbombed one of the creepers afterwards, he didn't powerbomb the other one. He should have powerbombed both of them. They both lost. Why did he only punish one of them? He should have punished both. That's
but Eric Rowan's getting a push. Get it?
No.
I don't either. Really don't. Not at all.
Means he's only punishing Luke Harper, not Eric Rowan.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. It doesn't work, but I see what you're trying to do. I mean, cool. Thanks.
Trying to apply a correlation.
Yeah, I know. Yes. I know. No, I got it. I got it.
Rob, Pettytown for you and the board.
Pettytown for me. I had Sam Roberts as well, and I hate you for taking that from me. I can't stand his.
Doesn't he sound like Jody?
He does, but even more like. I can't fucking. I can't stand Sam Roberts. And I wish Bob Ross would come back to life and punch him in the fucking face. I really do. And then shave his head. Pettytown for AEW is going to be that I missed most of the show tonight. That's my Pettytown. So.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. On the board, Anaconda Vice, Pettytown not seeing Mox on TV, only in promos for a while now. That is true. I think we're on 3 weeks where he's just been promos. But he is defending the title to Jake Hager in 2 weeks.
There is a global pandemic going on, too. I mean,
yeah. And Soji says Pettytown Roberts. He's agreeing with us. Stike says Pettytown for NXT, not using some talent as an audience, and for AEW having Cody and Lance in the TNT tournament. They don't need to be in it. That's from Stike. And Soji marked out. The 2 guys I knew nothing about NXT match was actually good. Oh, he's talking about Joaquin Wilde and Kushida, I bet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I watched that instead of Jericho.
Yeah. Well, you went back and watched Jericho's April Fool's Day celebration.
I know,
it is a holiday.
But I missed it to begin with.
Everybody took the day off.
All
right. Let's shut it down. Brian, final thoughts. Then I'll go to Rob. Then we'll close it.
Final thoughts. I said it on Monday, but I'm going to say it again. Wrestle Run. This is put on by Lapel. Yeah. It's going to be Sunday morning.
What is that word?
Lapel. Yeah. Instead of hell yeah, it's Lapel. Yeah. Like lapel, like you're like because they make pins and T-shirts and whatnot.
Okay.
Chappelle.
Okay.
But it's a
now that you
lapel.
enunciated the syllables, I get it.
Chappelle.
At first, it sounded like lapella.
Lapel.
Chappelle.
Yeah. Lapel. Yeah. But they're putting on the Wrestle Run. $25. You get a T-shirt, you get a medal, and you get to you can dress up as weird or as crazy as you like.
Do I get TV for my bunghole?
I have a
Is
it
a participation medal?
Yeah, it is. It is. And you do a virtual 5K. We can't do it in person right now because everyone's fucking giving everyone.
Do you get the medal in advance? Yeah. Like you don't have to actually run?
No, you get it. No, they mail it to you, brother. They mail you a T-shirt and they mail you the medal. But it's just a good way.
If I put it on my dog's collar, will it fake it?
It could.
Why would
I know
you,
you're
why
not
would you
gonna-
fake
I
it?
get the medal without
Why
doing
would
it,
without
Brian.
doing the work?
I know
Shut
you're
up.
not going to do a 5K, so this doesn't really apply to you. But everybody else out there, if you'd like to do it, go to Lapel. Yeah, go search for them on Instagram or Twitter, and go search for the Wrestle Run 5K 2020. I'm going to be there on Sunday morning, and yeah, fucking see you there. See you on the
Enter
interwebs.
promo code Bionic Brian when it asks you for it.
No,
at
that does
checkout.
nothing. That won't do anything. But you can do Marked Out. You can do a discount code Marked Out at markedoutgear.com. Save 10%.
Fantastic.
Yeah. How about you, Rob?
What about me?
I don't know. How are you?
I'm good. You know
We
what?
should let him save 19% for COVID-19.
That's wow. So I fucking completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you know what? You know what I was thinking, man. And I know some of you fuckers out there listening already have this luxury, but yeah, give us our stimulus checks while we're sitting at home going crazy. We need it. You know, fucking. They need to stop rents and all that shit. But what they really need to do for this, what could be 3-4 month period, they really need to legalize weed federally. Because we really need to get we need this right now. Government,
Or let you use food stamps on liquor.
no, I would rather just get high, like just smoke, just have like 3 ounces of weed around me and just smoke it from now and then wake up when this is over and be like, whoa, what happened? Why do I have a beard? So I don't know. I just want weed to be legal. So there you go. That's
Can it
me.
be government weed? Free government weed.
Yeah, yeah, man. Just come bring a brick to
I
everybody's
think
house.
he just wants anything to get past the 3 women.
Dude, you have no idea. It's so America, world. I'm telling you right now, this is bad. And I'm sitting there going, it's only been like 3 weeks. We might have 3 more months. Oh
Yeah.
God.
What if they were in their? What if both girls were in teen years? How hellish would this?
No,
be
I don't think that-
now?
I don't think that would be that bad because then they'd probably just be in their room hating each other and hating me and just not talking to me.
No, they would all be synced up.
Yeah, but well, that's fine. But maybe they just wouldn't talk to me as much. You know what I feel? I said the other night. I said, you know what? I'm gonna walk in here one day and it's gonna be fucking a shining moment. I'm just gonna be like, you know, Kiara, honey, love of my life. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you, honey. I'm just gonna bash your head in. I'm gonna bash your brains right the fuck in. Yeah. So I'm gonna have. Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry. No, I love her. I love my family. We need weed legalized. See, I need to pull this back. So I'm going crazy, man. Going crazy.
All right. Well, I have to work tomorrow, so that is my final thought. I am considered essential personnel. The one time somebody acknowledges me as essential is just to make me work while everybody else gets to be home with their family, like Rob.
Motherfucker, I'm working 65 hours a week. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, my days are tough too.
Now, Brian.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
I didn't want to hear it.
Brian
You're
is
just growing your beard.
Brian's been like.
I haven't seen Civilization in about like 3 weeks.
Brian's exploring all the categories of Pornhub that he now has time to care about.
It's true. There's a lot of different crevices and weird just rabbit holes I'm going down on that website. It's pretty cool.
Are
It's,
you
definitely-
staying on top of our intern Greg with all your downtime?
Right?
Oh yeah. He's here helping us out.
Is he helping you shop for microphones?
He is. Yeah, I'll be at Guitar Center all day tomorrow if you guys want to come out and see me out in Pineville.
Are you going to be signing copies of
Brian.
The DVR shirt?
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
Brian bought a new microphone so that he could, you know, on Skype, he said, see, you can hear how good he sounds right now. They bought this new microphone for the Skype to make it sound better. And I'm like, that's fucking great. And it sounds great. But then he was like, oh, I want to do this and this with it. I'm like, well, you can't. It's like, why not? Because you got a USB microphone. You never buy a fucking USB microphone. You never, whoever you are out there, if you ever do a podcast or you do anything, do not buy a USB fucking microphone. Because then all it ever will be is a USB microphone. It's all you could use it for forever and ever is a USB microphone. You can never do any kind of live sound with it because it will
Brian,
not.
you're gonna never host The Price is Right now.
Yeah, so Brian.
But
so I gave
can do
Brian
other stuff with it. I can shove it in my ass. There's one thing that you
could
didn't
do
say
that.
I can't do.
So we apparently figured out what category he found that he liked.
Yeah.
So
It
anyway,
looks like a bong, and I can fit it in my ass.
read the board, Brian or Adam. What's on the board, man?
Oh, I got to read them. Okay.
Yeah, man, I don't want to read them.
My final thoughts. I just want everything to go back to normal. This is from Stike. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
Working, homeschooling, 2 kids, paying bills, groceries. I feel like I'm going to fall off a cliff. Yeah. We're all waiting for the bottom to drop out. It's only going to get worse. Soji's final thought: wear masks, everyone, but make your own. Support your workers. Let's see. NXT suffering without faithful fan reactions. Yeah, it is. Final thoughts for Vice. AEW is doing a great job through this crisis. That speaks wonders. You can tell the chemistry with these guys is flowing really well. Good night. Okay, good night. I mean, what else? He said good night. I said good day. I got nothing else to say. I hope everybody continues to stay safe. For all those rioters and looters that just want food, I'm going to continue to deliver it. And everybody else, stay safe out there. We will keep broadcasting our quarantine cast as we go. We are probably going to do a show Saturday. We are definitely going to do a show Sunday to react to WrestleMania. Whether we do one on Raw Monday, I don't know. Eventually these tapings are going to run out. So maybe we'll just be talking about what used to be happening. I don't know. Florida, they're going to have to find an alternative. I would imagine they're going to go to Connecticut. Don't they have a facility there?
Everything's shut down. They can't go anywhere. I mean, either they're going to do it, or they're going to do it, or they're not going to do it anywhere. Everything's got to stay at home order. So it's fucking,
They can't. Yeah, but they could drive.
But they're not essential personnel. We're supposed to be. I know people still are driving around and just like doing what the fuck ever they want to. But I mean, this is like law right now, like martial law kind of situation in some states where you can get picked up by the police for just fucking around and going.
But there's no checkpoints, are there? I haven't seen hardly any cops during all this. I figure they're all at the hospital.
Not in our area. No, not in our area. So I'm just saying that they can't. So
Brian hasn't seen anyone, so we can't ask him.
Yeah, I haven't been outside. No, I haven't seen daylight actually. Even.
Yeah. We saw you tonight. You look horrible.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Adam, you're on a really good.
Fucking Busch Gardens hat didn't do well either.
I'm still wearing it, by the way.
Anaconda Vice says he hasn't seen any checkpoints in New York either. So, I mean, I don't think anyone's checking shit. I think we're just hoping that people stay at home. And
they're not.
Anyway,
they're fucking not.
I know. That's the problem. In any event, tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
MARKEDOUT Podcast is produced and edited by U-Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's Ravepro.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.